This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 3rd day of April in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. President David Granger this morning clarified that while he has accepted the resignations of the 4 coalition government members of parliament, their resignations will not take effect immediately, as there are several processes which have to be applied. In addition, the APNU ministers Joe Harmon, Carl Greenwich, and Dr. Rupert Rupnerine will also be renouncing their foreign citizenship. The 4th Minister, Dominic Gaskin of the AFC, was born in the United Kingdom. In a statement this morning, the President explained that the replacements of the members of Parliament can be done only when those members submit their letters of resignation to the Speaker of the National Assembly, as is prescribed by the Constitution of Guyana. When that is done, the Speaker will declare their seats vacant, allowing for their recall and for the process to begin for their replacement. The President reminded that the nomination of new members can only be done after the extraction of names from the national top-up list is approved by the Guyana Elections Commission. He said as such, the 4 ministers, Carl Greenwich, Joe Harmon, Dominic Gaskin, and Rupert Rupnerine, will remain as ministers until the processes are completed. The President has not yet approved replacements for the ministers. On Tuesday, the government announced that the President received and accepted the resignations of all the coalition MPs who are the holders of dual citizenship. The resignation of the ministers is in keeping with the Constitution of Guyana, as well as in keeping with the rulings of the High Court and the Court of Appeal on the no confidence case. More news coming up in just a moment.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Yang Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from shit credit, buddy? I recommend that you for blah blah. Let you actually gain, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back like a shit money for 5. Fab 5?
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
The future is green. Let's help you experience the future with easy financing for your business or home. Be it for solar energy, water treatment recycling, water filters, energy saving appliances, or wind power projects. Enjoy competitive interest rates, fast approvals, and discounted lending services fees, low equity contribution, and flexible repayment. Visit us for details or go to www.gbtibank.com or email us at banking@gbtibank.com. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about, and ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
Welcome back. Leader of the opposition Bara Jagdeo today said the coalition government is not sincere with the resignation of 4 of its members of parliament who hold dual citizenship. At his weekly press conference this afternoon, Mr. Jagdeo said the government was caught in a dilemma following the ruling of the High Court and the Court of Appeal in the no confidence cases.
So they were caught in a dilemma, and I think they're trying to get out of that dilemma. And there is quite a bit of confusion in this matter because they're not sincere about it. And the lack of sincerity and the lack of honesty by this government are reflected in the 3 press releases that they issued in just 2 days.
Both courts said someone who would have pledged allegiance to another country is not eligible to sit as a member of parliament. President David Granger's office announced yesterday that the president had accepted the resignations of 4 members of parliament who were also serving ministers. Later in the day, a Government of Guyana release stated that the portfolios of the 4 resigned ministers will be taken up by other cabinet ministers, and 4 new members of parliament will be announced. This morning, the president's office clarified that although the president has accepted the resignations of the 4 ministers, those resignations will only take effect after all of the processes are completed, including their resignations to the Speaker as members of Parliament. The president's office also announced that the 3 APNU ministers will be renouncing their foreign citizenship. The 4th minister is a British citizen by birth. Jagdeo told the media today that the government cannot get its story right and is taking the nation for a joyride.
And today we are hearing that they will remain as ministers until all the processes are completed. What process, apart from a resignation to the president, is required for you to resign as a minister? As member of parliament, you have to send a letter to the speaker. And how long does it take to write the letter to the speaker? It could be done immediately. In the time that they took to draft this press release, they could have done that.
The opposition leader said he has also taken note of the statement from the government that the resigned ministers will take on new roles in the government that do not require their presence in parliament. He said that move will only mean that taxpayers will have to continue to pay the salaries of the 4 resigned ministers in their new roles, and they will continue to enjoy the perks of working in the government. Still with the issue of dual citizenship, PPP Member of Parliament Adrian Anamaya has told the leader of the opposition that he will not be renouncing his U.S. citizenship and will instead walk away from being a member of the Guyana Parliament. Opposition leader Barry Jagdeo made that announcement today after being questioned by reporters at his weekly press conference. Mr. Jagdeo said that Mr. Anamaya has told him that he has family commitments that would prevent him from giving up his American citizenship. Jagdeo said he understands the reason. The opposition chief whip in Parliament, Gail Teixeira, will be renouncing her Canadian citizenship, according to Jagdeo. The opposition leader said he has seen documents to confirm that she has started the process and is hoping that the process could be expedited. The other opposition member of parliament with dual citizenship is Odinga Lumumba. The opposition leader said Lumumba has indicated that he will renounce his U.S. citizenship, but he has not started that process. Lumumba has stayed away from the U.S. for several years, although he holds American citizenship. To renounce his American citizenship, he will have to visit the U.S. Embassy here in Georgetown. Let's tell you now that the Alliance for Change, which is part of the coalition government, has started a search for a new member of parliament who will take up the seat being vacated by AFC Treasurer and Minister of Business Dominique Gaskin. Mr. Gaskin is one of 4 government ministers who have tendered their resignation because they hold dual citizenship and therefore cannot sit as members of parliament. While the other 3 ministers who are APNU members have indicated that they will renounce their citizenship, Gaskin was born in the United Kingdom. AFC leader Raphael Trotman today announced that a number of persons who are AFC members and are on the coalition's top-up candidates list are being looked at to take up the MP position.
The criteria would be the same for everyone. We're looking at competencies, we look at persons' ability to represent us, we look at their levels or degrees of loyalty, if I'm to be upright and upfront about that. We'd look at their ability to attend sittings of the National Assembly if they are incapacitated or they may be having to travel abroad for study or for something coming up. So looking at the near and longer term, we have to take several matters into consideration. So it would not be at a particular person but across the spectrum.
It was the AFC's Sharon Das-Prasad who voted along with the opposition to move a no-confidence motion against the Guyana government. Prasad left the country the next morning and is now living in Canada, where he has citizenship. Although the Court of Appeal invalidated a no-confidence motion, it did agree with the High Court that persons who have pledged allegiance to a foreign power cannot sit as members of parliament, in keeping with Guyana's constitution. In the courts right now, well, she had the books in her suitcases, but her interest was not reading. A 23-year-old woman pleaded guilty today to drug trafficking and was sentenced to 4 years in jail and fined $13 million. Suriname-based Guyanese national Rena Jaggernaut appeared before the chief magistrate and admitted that she had over 10 pounds of cocaine in her possession at the Chetty Jagan airport. The cocaine was found stashed away in several books in the woman's suitcases as she was preparing to board a flight. The woman was unrepresented in court today and offered not to make any statement to the court after entering the guilty plea. She showed no signs of emotions as her mother wept bitterly in the public gallery. The prosecutor told the court that in addition to cocaine being discovered in books that the woman was carrying, the agents also found cocaine in a deodorant bottle and in a makeup kit that were also in her possession. The bust was made on April 1. Regional carrier Liat has signed on once again to be the official regional airline for the Guyana Carnival. Liat operates high-frequency inter-island scheduled services serving 15 destinations across the Caribbean. According to a statement, Liat has partnered with the management committee of the Guyana Carnival and will be hosting several costume promotions along with a 20% discount for persons traveling during the Guyana Carnival season between May 17 and 27th. Persons hoping to take advantage of the offer will be able to do so using the Liat website. The Guyana Carnival will be a combination of boat rides, breakfast parties, cooler feds, Juve events, day tours, and the Grand Independence Day Parade, which is set for the 26th of May. Across the region is coming up next.
GUYOIL is a proud Guyanese-owned and Guyanese-operated company, serving our nation for over 42 years. All the profits remain in Guyana and are used for the development of our country. So when you buy fuel and lubricants from GUYOIL, you are directly contributing to Guyana's economic development. Let's continue to build this nation together. Fuel up and drive with Super 95 from GUYOIL.
Fuel it up and drive!
Guyana, for the first time ever, two heavyweights in the music industry on one night, on one stage. Extra Beer presents Yardy Fete Dancehall and Soca Concert. Performing live, the youngest and hottest dancehall artist, Alkaline the Conqueror.
Feel like my gang conquer the world now.
And the hottest soca artist, Farmer
You got me hooking me if you want me to.
Get your tickets now for an affordable $3,000, stage front $15,000. Ticket location: White Castle Fish Shop, Gesture Size Boutique, Guinness Bar, Pleasant, Itel Food Shop, Durban Street, Fireside Grill and Chill, Buxton Gas Station, Dave Barker, Digicel, Starbrook Bar, Colors Boutique, Westsiders Entertainment Center, Patsy's BPAT Food Court, Sioux Dyke Junction, Extra Beer Location, Starbrook Market, Sweet Point Orange Wall, and HJ Radio Station. Yardy Fete, live, Alkaline and Farmer Nappy, Soca and Dance Hall Concert on Easter Saturday, 20th April 2019 at Guyana National Stadium. Come, Corona, Guinness, Extra Beer, and Extra Energy Drink.
Across the region right now, the Attorney General of Barbados, Dale Marshall, has announced a gun amnesty which will begin this coming Sunday and end on the 30th of April at midnight. The amnesty relates to guns, parts of firearms, and ammunition. Leading off debate on the Bail Amendment Bill 2019, Marshall warned criminals that the government means business and it will protect citizens. He said if those criminals have ammunition that they should not have in their possession, they should take it to any police station and have no questions asked. He said if they have guns, parts of guns, and whether it's day or night, they should also go to the nearest police station. Barbados has been seeing a rise in criminal activity, especially murders. While a collaboration between the Caribbean Development Bank and the Caribbean community aims to improve the availability of data to guide evidence-based decisions about the future of sugar in CARICOM. CDB will provide a grant of $97,000 to fund a technical study on the sustainability of refined sugar in the region's manufacturing sector. The findings will enhance the capacity of the Council for Trade and Economic Development to make decisions on the CARICOM sugar regime, and will also contribute to a wider exercise being undertaken by the Customs Committee of COTED to comprehensively review the Common External Tariff to facilitate the transition to the free circulation of goods and the more modernized application of Rule of Origin. It was revealed that CARICOM states import two-thirds of the estimated 320,000 tons of the refined sugar consumed annually within the region. And finally, at this time, international news. Venezuela's opposition leader Juan Guaido has renewed his calls for anti-government protests shortly after he was stripped of parliamentary immunity. With his immunity from prosecution lifted, Mr. Guaido could face arrest. He has been at loggerheads with the government ever since he declared himself the acting president back in January. Mr. Guaido, who leads the opposition-controlled legislature, the National Assembly, argues that the President Nicolas Maduro is a usurper because he was re-elected in polls that have been widely disputed. And that's your evening news bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.